Belleville Area District Library, Board of Trustees meeting will please come to order. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have the pleasure tonight of having a full complement of our members, but I will ask our secretary, Joy Chehevitz, to call the roll.
Evans is here, Fleming,
Here.
Jackson Smith,
Here.
Jariga,
Present.
Peters,
Here.
Reese,
Here.
Stoudemire.
Here. Wonderful. The next item on our agenda is the approval of our agenda, which is attached to your board and was provided in the electronic package you got a little earlier.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by Jariga, supported by Priest, that the agenda be approved. I hear no more questions about it, and it's properly moved and seconded. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Those opposed by saying no. There are no negative votes, and the agenda is unanimously approved. And now we're at the May 12th regular meeting minutes, which you've had in advance, and I can entertain a motion on those whenever you're ready.
Make a motion for minutes.
It's been moved by Chehevitz and supported by Jackson Smith that the minutes be approved. Is there any other questions or comments before we take the vote? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. No. By any nay votes? Seeing none, this also is approved with no dissenting votes, so it's an anonymous. And
Unanimous.
Unanimous and anonymous. Lordy help me. Okay, we're to public comments already. Any comments? And we do have some public. We have several members of the public.
I want to say this is my last meeting
Oh.
after 31 years. I was at the other library and I met all our boards over the years, and it's been a great joy for me. And thank you for letting me come share your lives.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you. You will be missed.
You gave a preview of my comment.
Oh,
Okay. But I still get to say them.
Tell them how many meetings you go to a week.
well, a week, they counted 22 night meetings a month.
A month.
Wow.
That.
And so
30 days in a month, right?
Wow.
And I'm 89, almost 90. So
Oh.
I want to retire.
I'm glad you. I'm glad you do it.
Wow. You tried it before, but this time it's for real.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, well, we're sorry to hear that from you as our public, but you have been representing the public at our meetings very, very well. Any other members? Good to see you all. Anybody else have something they want to say? This is your chance. Okay, well, we welcome our public members that are participating in this meeting. Hopefully, we will dispatch our business well and keep moving along and help you learn how the library runs. So now we are at the public hearing. This is a special meeting because this is our budget meeting. And by law, we have to adjourn this meeting and have a separate public hearing so that any member of the public who has something to say about the budget can say it. So with that, I call for adjournment of our regular meeting. Got it right?
Yeah, I think you just open the public hearing at
Oh, I
So
don't
we
have
could-
to. I'm
yeah.
opening the public hearing at 7:37. So this is a chance for the public to speak on the budget. It's limited, to just comments about the budget. Budget, of course, is a most important expression of public will, how you spend the money. So it's important the public have input. Do any of you have anything to say? And we don't have any electronic pieces. So I think our public hearing is ready to be adjourned. So I will adjourn the public hearing at 7:38. And now we can go on and talk about the budget. Well, we'll talk about it in our finance, in our finance committee. We will talk about it in due time. But we will move to our committee reports. And our first report is for the building committee. Joy, is there anything?
I don't have anything.
And
John?
Mary Jo and the group. Oh, yeah,
You
Joe.
always have something.
And I don't think that there is anything
I have,
on
I
that
have no building report.
in the director's report, so the building is moving along on all the work we have done in the past. The bylaws, we do have a report, and I am calling on Vice Chair Linda Priest to lead us through those along with our esteemed director.
So our bylaws were last revised in 2010. So we felt that they should be addressed again. So the committee met and we discussed the bylaws. And what we decided to consult our attorney. And so we met, and using the template that she gave us, as well as her advice, the committee updated the bylaws and also separated out the public comments policy and the media communications policy on her recommendation. So now there are 3 policies instead of 1. And with that, I'll let Mary Jo explain the documents.
Yes, the bylaws were first approved by the board in 2010 and only very lightly edited over the years. In talking with our attorney, Ann Sarek, she recommended that we just use her template and kind of start fresh. There was a lot of text from the district library agreement that was in the original bylaws talking about the location of a new building, where it would be, and things that we've accomplished already, and they don't really need to be in the bylaws anymore. In addition to that, as Linda just said, we had the section on public comments and the section on media communication. She recommended that those be separate policies. So you have 3 different items in your packet. One is the proposed bylaws, and then a proposed media policy and a proposed public comment policy. Most of this should look relatively familiar to you. It's kind of general, like what the general duties are of a board, how to deal with a vacancy, the fact that we follow the district library law. Bring your attention to page 2, the duties of the officers. Specifically secretary and treasurer. Both of these have lines in here that speak to the ability to delegate some of these duties to the library director. So for example, secretary, if you want me to work on issuing notices for meetings and keeping custody of the minutes, etc., then you would have to, once you've approved these bylaws, you would need to do a separate motion giving me that responsibility.
That means keeping the records, because the
Keeping the
secretary
records,
keeps
yeah.
the records, but then all of us kind of expect the records to be
To be
kept
kept
here in
here,
the
yeah.
library.
So, and then the same thing with the treasurer, you know, the record of all monies received or deposited, the control of the expenditures. Some of the things that typically I do, it would be the same thing, you would do it, make a motion to, delegate that to them.
Now,
yeah.
the secretary,
Uh-huh.
give back is, we can have a separate person other than the board member being secretary, right?
Basically, what you're saying is there is a secretary, but you can delegate the duties to me or to both property staff.
I think it's
Yeah.
important, so we don't take the, thought or the ideas off a board member and where they're writing notes and stuff like that. We need their full attention, so I think we should have a secretary.
Every library I've worked for, they've had a second person, another library staff member who has been in the room and has actually done
Well, that's how we've
the
been,
minutes.
that's how we've been functioning. right
Yeah.
now
Good.
with-
That's very important.
Yeah.
Nikki's on it.
Yeah.
Health,
Yeah.
leave right now.
Does the recording constitute as a second?
It can also be a help.
It's an aid when we're working on the minutes.
Yeah.
We go back and
Right.
see what exactly John said.
We didn't have it.
Yeah, no, I know, new technology.
Yeah,
Yeah, but a lot of this technology in 2010, when first was the ones.
right, we weren't here yet.
We didn't have the other capacity to do what we have now.
So,
So what you're saying is that we need a motion to approve these bylaws.
Yeah,
And
and
then
then
we have
after
need
that,
2 more motions
yeah,
about the
and I have
keeping of records.
I have
for the
some
secretary and. the
suggested language for those. when the-
Oh. Thank you very much. Our director is very thorough.
I didn't know we had an annual meeting.
You do now.
Annual meeting.
Just didn't know.
It was a regular meeting.
Yeah, it does seem to be, and it seems to be
And
the
that's part
second
of-
That's part of
Tuesday in
library law.
January.
That's part of library law, the open meetings act, I believe.
No, we have to have an annual meeting.
Mhm.
When does the library year start? What month?
Seems to be January.
Well, the fiscal year begins July 1st, but the board year begins January, in January.
We always reorganize by
Mhm.
officers and all that
And
stuff.
that's when you elect
Stuff like
officers.
that.
And
Yeah.
swear in members who are elected.
Yeah, we do the pay adjustments in January too,
Yeah.
as opposed to at the beginning of the fiscal year.
I guess that's our annual meeting. And we do have a little bit of different agenda in that first meeting because of those elections.
So this will be a slightly different, you will be setting an annual meeting in December, which will be your
The
normal.
regular January meeting.
And then at the January meeting, that's when you will approve the meetings for the rest of the year.
And this is what we should have been doing all along. Yeah.
I don't know that. I think what you were doing is fine.
As everybody knows, bylaws can be, things can go various ways, but you have to write things down some kind of way.
Yeah.
So now we'll try and follow what we've got written down.
So the agenda is essentially the same as what we have now.
Do we need a motion on the bylaws?
Well, once we're done looking at them, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what are we, and we can still talk about it
Yeah.
if there's a motion. Okay, did you want to make a motion, John?
Yes, Madam Chair, I make a motion that the Belleville Area District Library bylaws are accepted as read.
Is there a support by Studemeyer? Before we call for the vote, we can continue discussion. Are there other? I think we were in the middle of something here, so.
Well, I just flipped to page 4. The committees. The bylaws committee, abolished themselves.
We're exhausted.
It was when John used to be the bylaws committee chair, I wouldn't be happy that the bylaws committee no longer exists.
They decided that was better served as an ad hoc committee that's just appointed as needed
Yeah.
since this doesn't happen.
Doing this again for a while.
For a while, yeah.
It's gonna be here.
As long as I can remember, the bylaws committee has come up and has said no report.
Right.
That was great. It's great to be the chairperson.
Yeah, I to do that.
So, and we did change we had made this, you guys had made this change a little while ago, changed the marketing committee to the outreach committee, so that's reflected in this. We also added the art committee in here.
Right.
In the section on the director.
So our committee wasn't on the previous one?
The art committee was not on here as a standing committee, it was a committee that was established after.
Yeah.
those bylaws were
It was
written.
after the bylaws were written. We established the art committee when this building was being built. And when we opened the building, because in that other building, there was no room for any art. But this building, we had envisioned art. We wanted to have a way to regulate how we did it. It was a good committee. It's a good committee.
So I don't know if anybody has any questions for the bylaws committee or me.
Anybody have any more questions? Because it has been duly moved and seconded that we approve these bylaws.
One thing that this doesn't mention is if like, for example, we had a board member who wasn't attending meetings. And they weren't in contact. So we basically had a bad board member, which we have never had. I see there's an attendance thing, but typically we don't have any. I guess we don't.
I believe the district library law says that only the governor can remove a board member
No,
that's been elected.
okay. That's interesting.
Hopefully never have to.
Yeah, well, we've never
Find
had
out, yeah.
anybody. But lucky,
And sadly, we lost a board member because
yeah.
we've never had one that just stopped coming and stopped communicating. So it's been duly moved, duly supported, and adequately discussed, I do believe, so. Can I just call for I can call a voice vote?
Let's do a roll call since it's supposed to be approved by a quorum plus one, which is 5 members.
All righty,
Probably
then
do it as a roll call, yeah.
that makes Joy have to come back and do the work. Joy, would you please take a
Evans,
voice,
yes.
roll call, please?
Fleming,
Yes.
Jackson Smith,
Yes.
Tarika,
Yes.
Peters.
Yes.
Priest.
Yes.
Stoudemire.
Yes.
The motion passes with no dissenting votes, unanimous.
I have an interesting question.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is your question, it's interesting, and it better be
It's short.
and it better be
That
short.
is interesting. What if we have a member that's incarcerated?
Well, what if we do?
Are you thinking of anyone in particular?
Yes, yes. Someone who ran on the board before.
And
And-
try to run
Okay.
and try to be a troublemaker.
Okay.
Well,
Well, again, the district library law says that only the governor can remove a board member. so-
Okay.
Currently incarcerated or formerly?
the person had been incarcerated. Any,
No.
for all I know, he may be
Presently
incarcerated.
incarcerated while being elected official.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. Pass on. I was just a
So
thought.
the governor would have to use that as a reason to.
Okay.
And we will never have that situation. Anyway.
We did have a situation.
Yeah, we could have.
We could.
Okay. stop.
You are, whatever. Okay, we have 2 more motions that we need to make.
Oh, let's talk about the.
Having to do with the
duties.
secretary and the treasurer. Oh, and you've got it written out.
Yeah. So if this were, and I'm open to.
Well,
Changing this however you want, if you want to read the duties first, and then there's one for secretary.
I will make, due to our new bylaws, I make a motion to delegate the issuance of meeting notices and the keeping of library records and minutes to the library director.
it has been moved by Shahevitz and supported by Jackson Smith that specific specific actions be delegated to the director. And we've already discussed those, but if there's any more discussion, can we just do a voice?
I think you
vote
can
on
just
it?
do a voice vote on that.
Okay, having discussed it already, all those in favors, please signify by saying aye. All those opposed by saying nay. I don't hear any no's. There,
Yes,
this
that,
has
That's
been,
the time, yeah.
this has been duly, moved, seconded, and voted unanimous. Now we have another motion, which I will recognize
Is that
our treasurer, Tanya Studemeyer.
So the next motion is to delegate the expenditures and records of money to the library director.
So
I'll second.
it's been moved by Studemeyer and seconded by Chehevitz that we will delegate certain financial responsibilities to the director. Specified. We've already discussed that, so all those in favor signify by saying aye. Those opposed by saying no. We have no dissenting votes, and we have therefore taken care of all the pieces we need to take care of in approving the main bylaws. But now we have another two bylaw items. One is the public relations and media photography policy. This again is a policy that is updated because a lot of technology, a lot of things have changed in even the last 10 or 15 years. So this policy and I did attend the bylaws committee, and the committee discussed this pretty thoroughly. We had even some examples that we thought about, so. It's important that we have it all spelled out so that if ever something comes up, we have something to refer to and something to refer the public to, that we're not just winging it.
So this basically just establishes points of contact for media communications, crisis management, so if anything really bad happens at the library, who communicates to the public about that and what kind of procedures we should follow. This talks just about photography in the library. We are a public facility, so, anybody has to know that someone's gonna, potentially be, taking a video or a photo of them. But they do have some expectation of privacy in certain areas of the library, and what they're reading and viewing, and what the staff areas are private areas. And it just kind of talks a little bit about our, commercial photography, our liability. Any photos or videos that the library takes for promotional purposes, that with the permission of the people we're taking photos of.
Is that something to even sell any cell phones? If you a person that just takes pictures of other people, is that part of that?
Yeah, if they're trying to take a picture of what someone's checking out, we would probably intervene, but if they're just taking photos of the library and someone's in the background, that's legitimate, yeah.
Yeah, things have changed a lot, in years when most of us were coming up. You generally just didn't have a camera in your pocket, but now everybody has a camera, and people tend to take pictures all the time.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere you go, people, cell phones,
Right.
taking pictures.
I make a motion to approve the public relations, media and photography policy.
It's been moved by Chehevitz and
Second.
supported by Studemeyer that the public relations, media, photography policy as presented be approved. All those in favor? Once again, do we have to do this? This one,
This
we can do. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed by saying no. There, it is unanimously approved. I believe every single member said aye. And no dissenting vote. And now this one has a resolution attached to
This,
it.
yes,
What's up with
this
that?
was, it was supplied by our attorney, so we'll call it a resolution. And we'll go ahead and do a voice vote on that one too, roll call vote.
A roll call.
Yeah, and basically the goal of the public comment policy is just to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to be heard at a meeting. That there's an orderly process that we follow. It's especially important, you know, we generally have very small meetings, but if there were ever a time where we had a large meeting. With 50 people wanting to talk, you wanna make sure that you have the policy in place to handle that.
And as our newspaper has reported on other public bodies, there has been these public comments that have gone awry. And it is much better if you have a policy and you can kind of keep a cap on things. I don't, yeah. We have a time limit.
Make it fair for everyone.
Make
Right.
it fair for everyone.
And we can't limit people from speaking if they don't live in this community, can we? I don't know that we ever had that, but I know it's been a thing in some of these other public bodies. People from other communities are coming over and talking and talking and talking and complaining and being rude. I don't know that we've ever had such a thing in people in our, but it's a public meeting, so the public.
Well, this does allow you to ask what city or township they live, where they live, not their specific address, but
Is there a time limit on their comments?
Yes.
2 minutes.
Good.
I don't know, it says, but let me say there.
I'm sure that, let me double check that.
It is 3.
I'm sorry.
3 minutes.
3 minutes,
Okay.
yeah, during the public.
And then if they're coming representing a group, they can get 5 minutes.
Right.
Make a motion to approve our public comment policy, or do we need to follow this resolution?
Put to approve the resolution to adopt.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the resolution to adopt public comment policy.
Second.
It's been moved by Chavez and supported by Juriga that the public policy, a public comment policy be adopted. And we have been, our council has suggested that we do a roll call vote for this. So I ask you, trustee Chavez, to please call the roll.
Chavez, yes. Fleming,
Yes.
Jackson Smith.
Yes.
Jeriga,
Yes.
Peters,
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
Stonemeyer. Yes.
So it is unanimously passed. And we will fill this. We will fill this resolution form out appropriately afterward. So thank you very much. We have taken care of quite a bit of business that we don't ordinarily have to do. That's been over forward thinking. Yeah. Right. In 10 years. Some library directors would be hiding under a pillow saying, I don't want to do this. Our director says, let's get it done. So we have, now that actually is all the bylaws committee, and thank you, bylaws committee chair, please.
And it's the last of the bylaws committee, right?
That was bunches of work. It's a 10 year, the first and last bylaws committee report we've had in ages. The finance committee also has a fairly substantial report, and I'm calling on our treasurer, Tanya Stoudemire, who I'm so glad to have at this meeting.
So the finance committee met last week. And, we were able to meet with, Mary Jo and, thoroughly go through all the numbers. We had a few questions that, Mary Jo was able to address and answer for. So we're confident and comfortable with a very conservative balanced budget. But I want to walk you guys through it a little bit. So see if you have any questions and you can kind of walk through some of the changes that have occurred maybe year over year. And is there any other questions, Mary Jo? So if we start off with the revenues and kind of taking a look at that first, you'll see that there are 4 columns. We have our audited numbers from the 24-25 fiscal year. And then we have the budget that we originally adopted for 25-26. Mary Jo is proposing some changes to the 25-26 budget. And then for 26-27, which is a new fiscal year that starts on July 1st, you'll see what's being proposed. And we will be, we vote on all of these items as well. So if we start off with the revenues and we look under the column that says 25-26 budget, you'll see the property taxes are anticipated to be at 2.8. And that's our biggest revenue item. And if you go down to the midway, you'll see that the total budget for 25-26 is the 2,946,300 amount, which is more than we actually received in the 24-25 budget. What Mary Jo, though, is proposing for 25-26 are a few changes, nothing too significant. So property taxes are anticipated to go up by $20,000. There's also the expectation penal files will go from the 40,000 to the 51 change. Also, copies are anticipated. We're anticipated to receive additional dollars for copies as well as fax fees. So when you look at our bottom line for 25-26 proposed budget, it's going from the 2,946,300 to the 2,981,747. So we're anticipating a change in the year that we're currently in. Now, the last column is what's being proposed for the new year that'll start on July 1st. And you'll see that there's an increase anticipated for our property taxes. So that's the 2,950,000. The other increase is anticipated for the interest income. As you know, we're actually investing our dollars now so that we can earn interest earnings on some of our fund balance. You'll also see that the penal fines amount goes back to the 40,000. I'm not really sure. I think that's what's anticipated, but I think we won't really know what that number is until later in the year. So
Because we only know what it is when they send it, right?
right, yeah. So we just use the 40,000 as a placeholder for the most part.
And remember
And it does get backed out. You'll see it later as an expenditure because remember we're doing the
Yeah.
refund. That was my question as well. Because I forget that every year. This is a new thing.
And how many more years do we have to do that?
What's
the last
3.
Hopefully about maybe 2 more years, a year.
Yeah.
Thanks.
The other change, you'll notice under copy fees, it went from the 15 to the 18, and then in the proposed budget, we're anticipating it'll go up to 20,000. The fax fees, same as was being proposed for 25-26. So the total proposed budget revenues for the new fiscal year is the 3,112,300 that you see in the middle.
I have a question on the copy fees and fax fees. Is that more usage or we're raising the fee?
We've been over pretty routinely every year. I'm actually confident that the 18,000 that I'm suggesting that we will beat that number, so
But
that's why
that's
we're
still
proposing.
charging the same amount. that we're
Charging the same
per-
amount, yeah,
Okay, we're not
but yeah,
raising the.
a lot of
fee
people
for that.
use it, so.
Well, yeah,
Mm,
I think it's a really good service,
It's-
especially in
yeah.
an area like this, we don't have business or,
Yeah.
Office Max or anything.
A lot of
Yeah.
people don't have printers at home anymore, they use.
Right, they
phones
use
for
everything. They
everything.
come here.
And I'm one
Yeah.
of them, and plus I come in the library, people have to
It
help.
makes more sense to just come here and do it than, try to pay for a printer ink at home.
Yeah, because the
If you don't
printer
print
ink
it off.
dries up if you don't use it.
Yeah, I had to come here to fax, and you guys take
Yeah.
fax, which is great, so, but yeah. And so,
When I first moved here, I had to I did some of my faxing in the hardware store. It's here. But my workplace that I was faxing to, where did you move to? So I was so thrilled when I found I could do it at the library, because that sounded a little better than the Belleville hard.
so the bottom section starts expenditures, starting with the salaries for our librarians, you'll see that the 25-26 budget, so that's at 7 columns. I know we previously talked about the audited numbers, but the budget for 25-26 is the 1,292,000. There's no proposed change for 25-26, but the 26-27 budget does reflect the increase in our salary, so that's the 1,344,000. And of course, there's also gonna be a corresponding increase to our benefits, so that is reflected here as well. No changes to books and materials, no changes to supplies. Go to the next page. There aren't any changes until you get to contracted services. And if you look under contracted services, you'll see automation and cataloging. And that amount goes from the 45,000 to 48,000 for the 26-7 proposed budget. The other change I want to bring to your attention, actually, have a discussion about this, is under utilities. You'll see electricity, and that's going from 45,000 to 40. It's just based on usage. So overall, there ends up being a total increase for our utilities from 70,000 to 75,000. There's also a reduction in building repairs and maintenance. So currently it's at 150. We're comfortable going down to 130 based on the anticipated repairs.
Good for us.
Last year we had that higher because we were doing the automated door project and we weren't sure what fiscal year it would hit, and I think it ended up hitting the prior year, so we don't even have as much money in that line item next year.
The last page. There, cylinders, the change here is to travel, and we're just proposing a $2,000 increase from the current year to the proposed year. So that brings our total for miscellaneous from the 30,000 to the 32,000 here. And then the penal fines repay is reflected on this page as well. So you'll see earlier you saw the revenue, and then at the end you see what it comes out. And then below here you see our fund balance. The change to our fund balance. So if you look at fiscal year 25-26, that's the proposed changes for the current year. Our year-end fund balance is anticipated to be the 6,677,058. But we're anticipating that fund balance is going to grow by 220,484 in fiscal year 26-27 to the 6 million. 6,891,242. So, I think that's pretty much everything I needed to walk everyone through. I know we still use a portion of our fund balance for our building expenses and our capital expense. And then we have our restricted funds as well. You'll see at the end of the year, we'll still have a little balance of close to $3 million.
I always enjoy Tanya's budget walkthroughs. She makes it all sound like it just makes sense and it all looks so, you look at it and you get it. I appreciate the explanation.
So we actually have one more fund. We have our debt fund as well. We used to have a construction fund, a few years ago, but now I'll just have the two funds. So if you look at our debt fund, the top half of the sheet is related to fiscal year that ended this year. And then the bottom half is related to activity anticipated for the new fiscal year. So the revenue is this $950,000 that you see. And then we also have to pay down our debt. And our debt total for fiscal year 26 is the $984,750. So you'll see then that our fund balance will be the $244,771. And if you look at the very top, you'll see that $293,263. So we are dipping a little bit into that fund balance in order to make our debt payments. And then right below, you'll see for the fiscal year that's ending 6/30/27, our new fiscal year, the anticipated tax levy is $965,000. Mary Jo told me that's like,
I'm anticipating a 0.45 mil to pay for that, so we will be dropping that millage rate a tiny bit, right? Last year was 0.46, so that will drop down to 0.4.
And we've been dropping it, we've been paying ahead. Is that what's dropping it?
No, but as tax values go up,
I see.
we can drop the millage rate to cover what we need to cover.
Okay.
The fund balance covers that, the extra money in fund balance covers the payment that we have to make in November. So it's okay, so this is a little.
Well, the
calendar year-
timing
The
of it,
timing, the
yeah.
calendar year versus fiscal year, so let's make sure that we have enough money to make that fall payment.
the total payment for fiscal year 27 goes down slightly. So we're going like from the $984,750 to $982,175.
Make a motion to approve the 2026-27 budget.
It's been moved by Chavez and supported by Jackson Smith to approve the 2026-2027 budget. And we've had a good explanation. Are there any questions before we take the vote?
Good job.
But,
Mayor Jo, she walks me through it.
well, and enjoy, as a member of that committee, look at this too. I wasn't able to attend that meeting but I have such the only reason I attend those meetings is so I can learn from them about how these budget things work. Now I learned it tonight. If there's no unreadiness, we'll go ahead and take the vote. All those in favor of the motion to accept the budget, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, say nay, signify by saying nay. I hear none. So this has been passed with no dissenting votes, and it has been carefully explained and reflects what's happening with our, and does, it does appear that we're in good fiscal shape. And that is good news, not just to us, but to the public. So thank you. A lot of work.
Yeah, we have another
I'll make-
item.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2025-26 amended budget.
Which was discussed all in the same.
Yeah.
So there's a motion to approve. There's support. Support by Jackson Smith to approve the 2025-2026 budget. amendment. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed by saying no. We have no dissenting votes and this item is approved. Now we have item CC, the gas.
I'm sorry, was there? Pardon me? Never mind. I'm good.
Okay,
Okay.
we do have one more item, the Gadsby thing, Gadsby 54.
Have one more moment.
Tanya always can tell us what that really is.
Yeah, so, this is something that we're required to do, yeah, council goals. But I do wanna ask Mary Jo a question about it. The motion is to commit 1.4 million of the 2025 village. And we don't have to do the 1,475,000, we do just the 1,000,004. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so I wanna make a motion that we commit 1,400,000 of the 2025 elected library village. That is a fund balance to use for the 26-27 fiscal years. General obligations for gas, fund balance reporting and government fund type definitions, so.
What's the carryover to the next year?
Right, which is,
The money we've already collected.
Mhm.
yeah, and it's a government required, it's kind of a requirement that we, for a publicly operated entity to handle that Gatsby 54.
No sense.
It's been moved by Stoudemire and supported by Chehevitz that we approve the fund balance allocation for per Gatsby or GASB 54. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed by saying no. There are no negative votes. The ayes have it, and that takes care of all our finance issues. So, those are the biggest items on our agenda, but we do have a few more things to talk about tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tanya and Mary Jo and Joy. For working this, especially Mary Jo, a lot of work goes into this, a lot of thought. And we chat about it regularly, except for Tanya knows all about it, so I can just chat. Tanya can guide her, so I think we've got it covered on this board. We've done really well, but we also have a very good administrator in Mary Jo and keeping our budget in such good shape. So thank you much, Mary Jo. Continuing with our committee reports. I don't think we have a whole lot over the next ones, but I'll ask. For the outreach committee, Maria?
No report.
No report. For the personnel committee,
No
Linda?
report at this time.
No report. For policy, Dan?
No report.
And the art committee, as I know of, has no report this time this evening either. So we are now finished with our committee reports. We do have one more business item we have to act upon this evening, and that's our regular item of our accounts payable. So I'll call your attention to them, and we generally have some discussion of them. But whenever you're ready, we'll take them. I'll accept a motion.
It's the Tortastic birthday party.
Cordellini is going to be 1 year old. It's fine.
Is he having a cake?
I suspect so.
But it takes years for
Lettuce
us
cake.
to figure out the gender of our recordings. They told me it's not even at 1 year. How many years do we have to wait?
That's a few at least, yeah.
You have to talk to Karen. The children's room librarians are very maternal about that. You have to ask them, they know everything.
The corn seeds, leafy greens and pumpkin and banana, and we should all eat as healthy as our twins.
An outside group had an event here.
Yeah.
Last Saturday, and they had some
Tortoise.
animals that came, and our tortoise was featured in their little outside display. Hmm.
And they had a tarantula.
Oh, did they?
And a snake.
All of that. Seeing as.
Kids loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty good little party.
Mhm.
Well, that is a good question that has been asked about the accounts payable. And what else do we have on here that anybody wants to ask about?
Make a motion to approve accounts payable.
I'll second.
It's been moved by Shevitz and supported by Priest that we approve our accounts payable.
And were there UFOs over Michigan?
Come to the program and find out.
He's a big speaker about this.
Yeah.
Have you heard him
Do
before? Oh, okay,
Mm.
well, good. Well, good, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed by saying no. There are no negative votes, the ayes have it, our accounts payable is approved for the month of June, and that's the last actionable item that we have. And I appreciate it, board, we've gotten through a lot of business tonight, and a lot of pretty big and heavy stuff, actually. So,
Summer.
yeah, so a lot of staff work has gone into it, but a lot of board work into it too, so I really appreciate the business we've taken place. Now we can have some fun and hear what Mary Jo has to tell us about the director's report. Item 9.
So hopefully if we have your email on file, we would have gotten an email from the library about our new e-newsletters that you can subscribe to. If not, in your board pack, I've got the flyer with the QR code, so you can scan that and you can sign up for the newsletters. Hillary talked about that at our last meeting. So we have a lot of different topics that if you're interested in, you can subscribe to that topic. So we're very
You
excited
get a
about this.
notification when you log into our website
website,
too,
too.
so you get a pop-up immediately.
Yes.
Which is kind of nice,
Mhm.
and then you get to check off the ones
That
that
you
you want to
want.
be notified of, and the ones you don't want to be notified of, so.
So if you wanna come to UFO programs, you
Yeah.
can check that box. If you wanna come to
That's right.
Toto's programs, you can check
Yeah,
that.
it's very good, I like it.
Yeah.
I think our staff worked very hard.
They've been working very hard on
give
this.
People a lot of discretion about what they
Yeah.
might be able to ask for and get to. People don't become overwhelmed with a whole lot of information they're
Yeah.
not interested
You don't want all the stuff in your inbox.
The people will have to opt into it. It's not, we're not gonna push this
Right.
to everybody, so.
It's very good.
So, yeah, she has in bold opt-in
Yeah.
form, so you have to let people know they won't just start. I wish people on my text machine would have
Yeah.
They seem to send me stuff that I never asked. Anyway,
So, and we're getting ready to start registering for summer reading program. That starts next Monday. We have lots of really good reading programs going on. I'm hoping if you are doing anything on Saturday, June 20th. So the first time we're doing it, we're having the Great Belleville Readathon. And all you have to do is come to the library and check in and sit and read a book for a while, and you can get prizes and stamps, so it's good for people of all ages.
what time is it?
So it's gonna be 10 AM to 5 PM.
So people can just check in at any time?
Yep.
During that?
Yep.
Mhm.
So our
Do they
goal,
read out loud?
yep, if you want to. you can roll that.
Isn't the thought though more like that silent
Silent
reading
reading.
club?
Yeah.
Cause we have a book club now that people just come to,
The
they
quiet reading
bring
club,
whatever
yeah.
book they wanna read and they sit quietly but together
Yeah.
reading.
And they can chat a little bit, but it's not, yeah. They can just sit and read and hang out.
But they're all reading.
Yeah, that's okay. They seem to be very happy with it, so.
I didn't get the idea of it, not the librarian,
Yeah.
but there are people who love this.
Yeah.
They have one at Van Buren,
Mhm.
too.
Van Buren has one at the town hall?
Well, it's a way to commit to a time, like I'm gonna go for an hour, I'm gonna go here and read.
Well,
Yeah.
it might have the same approach is, you know, when you go to a gym to work out, I mean, you're around other people that are working out. so
Yeah.
you're Motivated a little bit, so maybe so.
And they can talk about what they're reading, I mean, then it's not like, they don't have to be quiet, they can.
In Romulus, we used to have sustained silent reading in school district. Everyone in the school, first 15 minutes, custodians, principals, secretaries, that's all they do is read for 15 minutes.
A good idea.
So, but yeah, we have lots of good programs, we have a program about fishing, the UFO one you saw already. The American Revolution in Michigan, our jazz night is actually gonna feature a history of American music. Selections from diverse genres, including jazz, blues, country, and folk, that's gonna be Wednesday, July 15th at 7 p.m. I also want to draw to your attention to, the art exhibit we have this month is the art that's being featured from the Memory Cafe. Every month they come together to do a piece of art, a collaborative piece of art. So we have that on display now, and we're going to have a, art exhibit reception for them. It'll be June 26th from 2 to 4 p.m. I'm gonna pass these around so you can have an invitation to come to this. So. You got one. So our people affected by our memory disorders as well as their caregivers will be here. The artists will be here and anyone else from the community who would like to support them.
This was grant funded, right? I remember you.
A lot of, yeah,
Yeah.
we got a grant to help with a lot of this,
Yeah.
so, yeah. The exhibit looks really nice, and it really fills the space nicely, so. If nothing else, please take a look, it's very colorful. And since we had so many other items to deal with this month, I only give you one article to read. Yeah, it's just another article in the continuing saga about e-books. How expensive they are. Oh.
Thank you. Are there any questions for our director on this wealth of information that she had shared with us, as she always does? Always fun, and also it's good to see how creative our staff is and this fancy time software that we have. Oh, I remember that agony back in the day of everybody having to make flyers for things, because you didn't get all these colors and all this design now. But this, it does makes it more fun to read it. Or you have a night about fishing. There we go. Is the fishing one gonna be here or in some?
Here, over here.
Okay.
I have a comment about the UFOs one.
Okay.
Steven Spielberg's movie's coming out, Disclosure Day on June 12th. So you'll probably get a lot of
interest.
this.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a blockbuster.
Okay.
No doubt.
Movie, yeah.
This Saturday is a free fishing day, correct?
The fishing one is the 20th.
No, for the community,
Oh,
free fishing for the DNR. The
oh,
church made an
I don't
announcement
know about
about
that.
come to Driga's house.
Are you gonna be planning
I
fishing?
think I'm gonna be staying home.
But this, you're saying it's this weekend?
I believe it's this
They
week.
come right up close to our
It is.
docks to fish.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sumter's having their fishing derby this weekend
Yeah.
because it's free.
Yeah.
don't they have the ones on, what was it, Tuesdays or Thursdays where they'd start at 5 o'clock and have to go?
Oh, yeah.
Do they still have those?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesdays? You see boats racing across the
And
lake.
Sunday mornings too.
Fishing has a special meaning in this.
I just can't go out to my deck in my robe in the mornings. Somebody's standing there fishing.
It always surprises me, like, there's better fish at this end of the lake than there is at that end of the lake, and they gotta get to this end of the lake
Yeah.
at 80 mph.
They do.
I mean, it's,
Crazy.
don't get in their
Don't get in their
way.
way, no.
Really,
Crazy.
but there
There's a
really
great
is
prize,
better
right?
fishing.
Oh, yeah.
You're saying it's the
Lots of
east side,
competition.
at the,
Yeah.
at the west side of the lake, there's better fishing than the east side, is that what you're saying?
That's what the.
Survey says.
Survey said.
I don't know, I mean, they go like crazy from the DNR.
They do.
It's like, get out of their way, man, they are going like crazy, and that tournament's been going on for
Oh,
years and years and
Yeah.
years and years.
Hmm.
It's a big tournament.
Wow, you live and learn.
Yep.
Well, good. Well, that ends our director's report, I do believe, unless anybody else has another question. So now it's the trustee comments, people, all of you, something to share.
Well, I'll go first. I'm excited to see the cars out. I mean, summer's here.
Oh, the car show, yeah.
The farmer's
it was-
market.
Yeah, it was, I thought it was
weird.
later this, but it was fun, I came through your student there.
Yeah.
Everybody was the farmer's market out there?
Mm-hmm.
Everything was
I
out
missed the
there.
first two. I forget about them, and I gotta get back in.
Well,
Mhm.
wasn't this the first one?
I believe this was the
Second
first
one.
No, it's
second
second
one.
one.
It starts the beginning of June.
Yeah.
I thought it didn't start until the third week of June.
Uh-uh.
It was. Wow,
Already second. Yeah.
well, and the weather has been great in early June, and it's such a nice thing for this town, it is like a festival every week.
Did he have his kale?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so you're happy.
Yeah.
I'm.
And I have to go to Myers.
Right, if you get it a little bit fresher, a little bit, you feel a little bit better about these vegetables that you're eating.
Yeah.
Come out here and get them.
I don't know what the name of his farm is, but he's really good. He's got a lot of.
It
really
is.
Good stuff.
Created Earth.
Created Earth, okay, okay,
This, the one that the road.
One at the end.
yeah.
And that's the one that the Rotary.
Program, yeah.
Program was on, cause he and his wife did a program that the Rotary sponsored here, and it was fun,
Mhm.
fun. We go there every chance we get, but I didn't get there yesterday.
Yeah.
Good, thank you,
I'll go next.
okay.
I just wanna thank Mary Jo and Joy for making the whole budget process so simple. I mean, it's like, we go through line by line, if we have any questions, Mary Jo can always answer those for us, and then we just kind of hang out a little bit. We had a good time.
Yeah, I bet you did. Well, we thank you for your professionalism.
Yes.
In handling budget discussion, I believe the city of Detroit is very lucky to have a person who
We
can,
get to see you on TV sometimes.
yeah. A person who can.
With a roll of dice.
Our very own. Well, it's fun when you can say the word budget and end the sentence with laughter.
Yeah.
Or surplus.
You should say what you said this city was when you started and where it is now. In terms of its credit rating.
Oh, okay, so, of course, with the bankruptcy, we were basically jumped on status. And, earlier this month, we actually got rating increases from both Moody's and, Standard & Poor's.
Good.
So we are now like in the A range, so for the first time, in like 20 years.
Yes, you did that.
So we're
That
very
is wonderful.
Mary's excited.
Yeah,
Because we didn't, with the transition, we didn't know how much doubt there would be in our ability to continue to be successful, but we're very impressed with the mayor's presentation. She did a great job.
good.
And we went through the numbers and they were convinced that, oh yeah, the city can weather what may be coming.
Yay.
Well,
I
that's good.
think that's huge.
That's good news for everybody in the area. Good work for you, Tanya. Thank you. Anybody else? Who's next?
Well, I am now with my 3 grandchildren living with me. So I expect, and I'm retired, so I expect I'll be here a lot this summer.
Did you get new bees?
And I have 2 new hives that I purchased, the bees, and I have a wild set of bees that have moved into one of my empty hives, so that's interesting.
Wow, I never heard of such a
About your
thing.
bee. I looked at them yesterday, I got bit by one because I had to do dramatic stuff to them, but yeah, it was like, there really is a queen in this wild hive. Yeah.
Oh,
I was
So,
watching Sunday Morning, and do you know there's a honey sommelier? A woman who goes around and she
Oh,
just
yeah.
honey tasting.
oh,
I don't know if anybody watches that show. Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
heard
did not
that's
know
something
that.
new.
the honey is very different.
Depending on what the bees, consume,
Mhm.
the honey tastes.
Yeah, you can take out this bar and it came in early in the spring and early in the season versus a bar, a frame that was late in the season, you'll have a totally
whole
different
different
flavor.
taste.
Yeah.
I was reading about these bees, they're violent, they are. Bees are quite violent. Oh my goodness, like, they're jockeying for position and fighting, and they don't like their queen, they
Sort of like,
Well, they
Our
will get
world.
rid of their
Oh,
queen.
I was like, wow,
Yeah.
very organized though.
Yeah, yes, it's really hive mind.
Yeah.
and they only make like 1/12 of an ounce of honey in their whole life. Which I thought. oh my
That's
God,
why you have to have
that-
a great queen laying those eggs.
Yeah.
And they will overthrow a queen, like,
If she's not doing good,
oh my.
or if she's doing really good, then they need to hike it out of there and go somewhere
Very
else.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've learned, I didn't know much of anything about bees till I joined this board. And between Joy and John and now Maria's bringing the interest as well. But it is, it's a great thing, and I've always been an allergy sufferer, so the fact that honey, local honey, native honey can help your immunity, building your own immunity to what's going on in the pollen outside here. It's always great to know, and plus, we have our own beehives here in our library. Mainly because of you two. I
Oh,
don't
it's
know that,
John.
I don't know that
John
we
did
would
it.
have had that if you guys had. pushed it.
And
Great thing.
I think it is a great thing.
we,
It's really nice.
educated book and all the stuff we've done to try to keep it more native friendly here in
Yeah.
terms of the property.
That's a good one. Anybody else have something they want to say?
Just as a question, has anyone ever, at this board, ever seen a UFO? I just wondered.
Not that I do was a UFO, you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, I just
I don't
wondered
think
because
so.
I'm sure this guy absolutely believes it, and Steven Spielberg.
Well,
too.
and there's all this stuff in the news.
And maybe
that's
Obama.
really- Yeah.
So, you go from thinking absolutely not to thinking these people that are perfectly normal believe this, so
Well, we have
don't
to
know what to
know
think
that there
anymore.
is a big,
I'm gonna go to this thing here. but I don't know
this,
what he has to
this
say.
little bitty galaxy is only a little part of.
I know,
So
it's
there
still
must be
strange
that-
in their
now that
families.
is-
lots of other stuff going on out there, so.
He had
Marilyn.
every place in the universe to go. Is this where you come?
Why would you come here?
Marilyn Wood, the lady that runs the food closet at the Methodist Church, she has seen them.
Oh.
Yes,
UFO?
yes, and she gives an interesting report.
And she's perfectly normal person.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I've always thought it was crazy, and now I'm rethinking what I'm thinking.
I'm so oblivious, they would have to come tap me on this.
And you'd probably look at them and say, you can go over to that.
You need a book?
Yeah, you
Can I help you?
I'm gonna help you today.
Happy belated, Mary Jo.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, John and Mary Jo have had a birthday in the past week.
Really? Happy birthday to both of you.
Come closer and closer together the older you get.
When's your birthday?
1944, 2 days before D-Day.
And there's a movie about it now.
About John's birth.
Yeah.
About it. About PJ. Did you see it?
No.
No, okay.
Anyway, besides music at the park and the car show and the artists on the other side of Fourth Street, we also this Thursday, the June the 18th, we're starting music in the park.
Mhm.
That goes every Thursday, and it's free, so it should be, pretty cool.
And it's right lakeside.
Lakeside.
Who sponsors that?
Pardon me?
Who sponsors the music on the lake?
Who sponsors that?
Yeah, who plans it and organizes it? Okay.
Well, name size, yeah, and the name, they do. Yeah,
But
But-
there's a
but-
committee with
there's a committee of three guys, Ken Voight, Steve Jones and myself. Been doing it for 17 years,
Okay.
so
Who's the first act?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay, I don't wonder.
Anyway,
It's always very nice.
there's nine concerts, so
Wow.
It's always good.
usually
Right.
we usually get about 500 people at a smaller one. And bigger ones are,
And then if it rains, go in the church.
and if you go to the rain, go to the church, yeah.
It's a great spot for it.
It is. It's really lovely. Nice-
Beautiful.
Nice breeze off the lake and there's quite a few boats out there too, so
Okay,
that's nice.
great.
Does anybody know if we're having goats this year?
I don't think so.
No.
Yes, we are.
Oh, we are?
Yeah,
There's a,
It's in Janet's column this week, so
Oh.
apparently the CBC knows about it. It was never announced at
No, I
city
haven't heard it.
meeting or anything, but
Hmm,
the evening. we
what
got
would
it.
we do without you, Rosemary?
What would we do without you?
Read Janet's column and she'll tell you.
We do. We'll have
I
to.
like the goats.
Anybody else?
I'll just, I mean, I wasn't here last month and I apologize for that. I do want to just say, thank you to some of our staff people. I was having an issue with my phone downloading some books. I don't know if anybody tries to download stuff, but apparently, and I've been getting this error for quite some time where it says that you can't download an item until you wait until midnight. And I'm like, well, that's very strange. But I came up here and I talked to Amy and she really knew what she was talking about. And apparently we must hit a limit on how many downloads we can get as a library. And I don't know how that total was reached, but she was saying that, you know, for that particular day, we've hit our limit and we can't download anymore. Yeah, Hoopla, yeah. And so anyway, she says, you just wait till midnight and download whatever, you know, at 12:01 and download whatever you want. I stay up pretty late, so that's no big issue, but maybe for other people.
Yeah, this is an issue all libraries are running into. They come up, it's very expensive, it can be very expensive.
Extremely expensive per book is what we pay for, so if you leave it unlimited.
We would.
Oh,
Don't limit people,
Yeah.
do as many as they want.
there's a
Very
daily
limited.
limit
Yeah.
for the library, that's.
But,
gonna do-
but I mean, for the person though, I think it'd be a limit. for
Yeah, I
the
think
person.
there's a personal
There's a per
limit too,
person
yeah.
limit, but I can't.
Yes. 5 or 6.
Yeah, but they also have to limit it, otherwise the
need to
library
limit
might
that.
pay.
We try to also steer people toward, that's why we try to also steer people towards Libby. So-
I use them both.
Yeah.
I use Libby and. Is it Hoopla?
Hoopla, yeah.
Um,
Hoopla is great because there's no waiting list, you can just, you know, if it's a, you can
Right.
get it, yeah, but we do have.
how do they come up with a limit? I mean, is it population? Is it how many?
What's our
people?
budget? I mean, it's what our budget will hold, I mean,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. so.
I mean, the Ipsy library wasn't limiting. And it was limiting 16 per person.
But
Per
16 per,
month.
per month.
And so if you take out 16 per person, they were having huge cost overruns at the end of the budget year
Yeah.
because. So, and they were cutting on their physical books, like children's physical books. So they had to come up with a different solution.
But anyway,
Making a library.
I just wanted to say, thank you to our staff.
Okay.
she knew what she was talking about, and
Yeah.
it was refreshing to come up here and talk to somebody.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, good, thank you, everybody. I only have two things. One is segue kind of what John was talking about when the music on the lake starts, but it was also what I was talking about in the little chairs chat in the printed newsletter. And that was all the nice little things you can do in the library that don't cost anything and kind of bring me joy. And today I had a community person that contacted me and wanted to have a chance to chat. So I brought her to the library, to the terrace.
Oh.
And it was not the rainy time of the day. It was really lovely. We sat out there and had a lovely time. It really is a resource in addition to all the other things we offer here. It's a resource. People can get fresh air. They can, a place you can meet up with somebody without having to clean your house or whatever. I often try to utilize that terrace, and we had so much fun in the budget committee getting that terrace put together. So I really enjoyed that, and I have on occasion really enjoyed the music by the lake, music lakeside, because sitting on that terrace, you can enjoy that. Just as, yeah, it's a great thing. Then my second thing is a point of privilege. Because I knew before I came in here that this was gonna be Rosemary's very last day being in here to cover us. And we have been well served to have the public represented in you, Rosemary. You tend to bring us as much as you always bring us a little this fact or that fact, and it's very helpful to us. And I know over the course of the whole library that the paper has had to report on some level of controversy, but we hit our stride and got in this library, and it's just been a joy. I think the newspaper has been a great help to us to be able to get the word out, and it is important to the community to have a paper. So I just urge my colleagues on this board to pay attention. There is efforts in the community, and I'm working with that as well. A nonprofit has been developed. The Belleville Independent it's a newspaper foundation, Belleville Area Newspaper Foundation. So now I not only have BADL, but I have BANF. Everything in Belleville is Belleville area something. But that newspaper foundation is really working to try to keep our independent news, the Belleville Independent, keep that brand and move it to a new era, because it's not gonna be just like it is now. It will never be the way it'll be without Rosemary. But for all these years and all you've given this community, but also for the enjoyment of our library board, we've enjoyed having you here and look forward to you having a great time. You can come visit this meeting just as a member of the public.
And I can have public comment.
And talk about anything you want. And I thank everybody else who is here as a member of the public. And with that, I'm finished, so.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that this meeting be adjourned.
I second it.
It's been moved and seconded. The meeting is adjourned. At 10 minutes to 9, so we're closing.